Hello everybody and welcome back. We're here for match 2 of the Asian DOTA Championships. It is Sycthe.SG, the boys from Vietnam, going up against Sycthe.SG. That is the boys from Singapore. Spoiler alert, SG, they're up by 1. Will the Vietnamese be able to come back into the Asian DOTA Championships? There is no more if Sycthe.SG lose this match. There is a lot of pressure on the line. We have changed over. There was a couple of reports of a little bit of spiking coming out from SB in the last one. Sycthe, they're saying they get a couple of spikes when testing the host this time around, but it's going to balance itself out in the end. So we will actually get ourselves straight into this match, but not before I say I am Tobi Kenobi, and joining me is the amazing man from Germany. He is our man that provides the insight to what is actually happening on the game screen. It is Slash. How you going, dude? Match 2. Pumped? Are you pumped?
Excited. Yeah, very excited to see how Sycthe.SG want to take this out. Currently, the pressure's on them to do it. So they got to show us what brought them this far through the ADC round. Obviously, it's not going to be that easy. Sycthe has just showed their massive strength and farming and absolutely annihilating people during teamfight. Yeah, let's see how the drafting will go.
Yeah, that we definitely will. We just have to wait for Sycthe to get all their players back in again. But there is a beautiful, beautiful screen, which I'll show you right now. It's 6.70C. It is Defense of the Ancients, of course, presented by Ice Frog. And now myself, Tobi Kenobi, here in the CyberGamer TV studios. It's great to have you all here. All right, so CM mode is where we're going to head. And, wow, let's just relax for a second. We'll just lean back in our armchairs and go, how will this Game 2 unfold? I'm just going to leave the question out. It's going to leave the question out there. But I'm just going to stop talking for right now and just let the entire captain's mode pass us by without even speaking. Yeah, we're going to do that. No, we're not. Don't worry. We're still going to talk about it. Of course, the obvious thing to actually note, match 2, we do see the swap of teams. So we have Sycthe going towards the Sentinel side, and we have SB, the Sycthe.SG boys from Vietnam, heading towards the Scourge. So maybe the advantage will go with the guys who are going downhill. It always feels like you're going downhill when you play the Scourge, considering you go from the top of the map to the bottom of the map. It always just feels a lot easier to play. Anyway, Clockwork Goblin, first ban. Once again, first ban.
What?
This is...
I don't know what's going on, but seriously.
This is... That is a very, very interesting, like, ban every single time. Maybe people in the IRC chat can give us a bit of a insight. Like, guys, seriously, post up there. By the way, if you're wondering where the IRC chat is, it is actually on the onestop.net site, so you can check it out and hit the live stream tab. The chat window is just below the stream. But seriously, guys, why would you ban Clockwork Goblin like this? Especially in the front 3. Like, banning in 4 and 5, then, yeah, that's fair enough. He could actually, like, screw up the lineup right now. But Clockwork Goblin, of all people, or people, am I saying Clockwork Goblin is a person?
Well, you're saying Drow Ranger is alive, so yeah.
Drow Ranger is alive. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. And seriously, I'm still, like, leading that charge or the poll or whatever it's supposed to be for all the PMS asterisk girls to dress up as their favourite Dota heroes, mainly Drow Ranger needs to appear by Furry Fish. Actually, I think she wants to be. I think she wants to be Lena. I think Dawn said she wanted to be Drow Ranger. We already know Wanderez wants to be Queen of Pain. But anyway, let's actually have a look at the game for you all. HYHY has removed Pugner, Batrider, and Doombringer, actually removing the hero they actually played last time. And of course, Pugner appeared in the ban pool last time as well. Doombringer being played by SB in the last game will not be appearing in this one. Clockwork Brood, 2 heroes which were banned in the first 3 last time by SB. They banned Morphling early on in the last game too. Actually, sorry, HYHY banned Morphling in the last game. But they've actually picked him up as the first one. But Syllabear, as I think you mentioned very, very quickly, is actually on the ban pool here by SB. So I don't think they want to see another double Radiance push. In fact, actually, this is before the Morphling change too. If you guys have noticed too, the changelog has come out and Morphling has been nerfed a little. This is still our shotgun Morphling.
Yeah, that is shotgun Morphling. And Puck being picked very, very early on. I'm not quite sure what they are thinking of this.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit worried for Puck's life right now. SF coming up as their third. So Sycthe.SG do actually pick that one up this time and don't ban him. But you're actually going to have Alchemist Armor Degen, Vengeful Spirit Command Aura, and then the amount of damage that Morphling is going to pump out. Like, this is going to be a great ganking lineup from SB if they can pull it off right and if they can catch Sycthe.SG out. But you look at Sycthe.SG's lineup. ES still one of the great early tri-lane heroes to actually lock down those fissures, lock them in place, and then his ultimate later on in the piece. Puck, an interesting choice to actually throw into the mix as well. Like, what is the logic behind that one? Like you said, picking Puck that early too. Obviously, he is a dangerous hero to say you're actually picking.
Yeah, Puck is he's good because of his ultimate of being crowd control. Simply because you either stand in the ulti and fight and possibly go down, or you go out of the ulti, get stunned again, get damaged again, and still go down. So it's a win-win situation. Fairy Dragon is also known to be able to solo dangerous lanes. So he's a very good laner, since he's as soon as he gets his Blink Dagger, and even before that, he's very difficult to kill. Shadow Fiend being picked out, it's going to be interesting to see if HY or Yamate is playing Shadow Fiend, because both are known as two of the greatest Shadow Fiends in the world. Windrunner being banned by So-So, removing another great laner. Will be interesting to see if they would try to pull Alchemist middle against Shadow Fiend or not. Because early on, until Alchemist hits 6, Shadow Fiend has a huge advantage.
Interesting to see the last bands coming out too. We've lost Witch Doctor from HY. Enigma was the last band from So-So. And to actually cap it off here, HY banned Weaver as their last one, and now SB have picked up Ogre Magi as their fourth. This is going to be a heavily ganking-orientated lineup here by SB. Even Aldous posts up Nibirian Weaver. Why? It's like, question mark.
I'm not sure, because honestly, I don't think that they would pick another potential carry. They already have great carry potential in Morphling and Alchemist.
Yeah.
So, not sure on the Weaver ban, seriously. And also, you already have the team fight capabilities for Earthtraker and Puck to be able to hold Weaver in place and silence him. So, and the Weaver ban doesn't really make sense to me currently. Starsboa are definitely going for a heavy ganking lineup, while Sycthe is going for a teamfight-oriented lineup.
Yeah, but they need some stability as well. Like, actually, I'm going to throw... Lich! Lich actually comes out when you want a team fight. That oldie's going to bounce around and during it nicely in a team fight. But I'm actually interested to actually know who is actually going to be playing Puck and who's going to be playing SF. I'm going to throw it out right now that I think HY is actually going to be on Puck. And I think Yafis is actually going to be on SF.
Well, Yamate, not Yafis.
Yamate.
Right?
Whoa, hey, whoo. Yeah. Sorry.
Would be interesting to see if Yafets is playing, but we might actually see Yamate playing Yafets, since this is 6.70, and so one of the pun names of Shadow Fiend is Yafets.
It's on the mind, man. It's on the mind. Razor comes up for SB as their last pick, which I actually completely wholeheartedly agree with. Like, they got a great ganking lineup, but as far as like tankability goes, the late game, Razor's got to be there for him, as well as Morphling obviously do the damage, but like Razor and Morphling are a freaking handful when they're farmed up. Then you're going to deal with the Alchemist stun, the VS stun, the Ogre Magi's multicast freaking stun on top of it too. It's really going to hurt. Like, SB's lineup, I'm really enjoying it. As far as like Sycthe goes, they're going to have to really play their team fights well. If they don't, this is going to go balls over tip before we even hit 15 minutes. Yeah,
if in terms of late game capabilities, it's pretty obvious that Starsboa has the upper hand. So Sycthe this time is they got to finish this fast.
But who would you go? Obviously, one more carry is going to come for the lineup. But how would you actually approach this one? You know you need to have a crap load of damage to bring down this Morphling. You're going to need it as well for Razor if it gets towards late game. Or would you just go, screw it, we're going to outpush you, we're going to kill you in the team fights, and we're just going to outlevel you on every single front. Like, how... HY, I do not envy you right now with 20 seconds to go.
Maybe Necrolite. They might go for Necrolite.
Stayability.
Survive the
and because if that gets Morphling down, then you can actually get that final killing blow off there too. So, yeah,
that's it. Because they are hard to kill. So Necrolite might be an option.
It is Necrolite. Necrolite with 3 seconds to go. It is the one that he will pick off.
There we go. Nice.
So, Scourge lineup. We'll see where they're actually going to head off as well. Come on, boys. Go into the lanes. So, Morphling heading towards the top lane. Alchemist will be in the hands of a guy, Wrecker, heading towards that middle lane. Joining that top lane will be DV as the Ogre Magi. And we do actually have, frickin' stop moving. It's just like frickin', yeah. W. I'm going to call you W, you frickin' twit. Just say frickin' anymore. W gone. There you go. That's easy to see. Heading towards that top lane. So tri-lane for top. And Manga Q will be heading towards the bottom lane. He will be their solo down there. And heading down towards the bottom lane for the Sentinel side, we have Roy playing as Lich. Joining him will be Koi playing as ES. That's right, the names are very, very similar. Heading towards the middle lane will be HY as our Shadow Fiend. Heading towards our top lane. Who's got the hands of that? Who has got the hands of Puck? Sharky will be playing as Puck, which leaves Necrolite as our third to finish up the tri-lane on the bottom in the hands of Yamata. And that will be your lineup for this second match of the Asian Dota Championships. SB up against Sycthe. It's going to be interesting. Will SB be able to bring this back? Will they be aggressive? Will we have an awesome match to Shoutcast? So many questions, Slash. So many questions.
So many questions. We will find out. It is. I think it's all about how the laning phases will turn out to be. If StyleSBG managed to get the early advantage, it's very, very hard for Sycthe to come back. But on the other hand, one well-placed team fight and one complete wipe would be fatal to StyleSBG. So during mid-game, I do believe that Sycthe have a huge advantage, and also in terms of team fight capabilities. So they should end this mid-game. They shouldn't wait for a late game, because Morphling and Alchemist are definitely going to out-carry Shadow Fiend or Necrolite. Yeah. Neither of them are hard carries.
Yeah, this is gonna be nasty. This is a scenario which I think we have lived through so many damn times, where Morphling is protected enough that he can get every single last hit on the top lane. And I'm pretty sure Burning has like etched into our minds exactly what happens every single time that actually goes on. Mid lane actually getting harassed off here. SF having to share the mid lane with Lich, who actually came by and threw down a Nova, claimed a little bit of XP during that one too. But now heading down towards that bottom lane. Regen rune was actually the 0-minute rune, and it's only been picked up at 1 minute's time. And ES, Sycthe, ready to actually have a go here. They might even have a go at Razor if he goes too far. He's too far back, and Necrolite is going to get himself farmed up a hell of a lot. And if Razor doesn't get himself farmed up, it's actually going to get pretty nasty for him. ES comes up. It was thinking about letting off the fissure. Not going to do it in the end, and Lich will come down to actually start a pull. But, like, Necrolite farmed up is going to be more powerful than Razor for me later on in the game, I believe. But if he's going to be enough to actually hold back that Morphling as well, that's also another question which we're going to have to wait and see if it gets answered during this game.
Yeah, this time around we don't have... we still have the same problem. So basically, again, tri-lane against a solo laner. On the other hand, last game it was Luna versus Spectre farming up. This time with Necrolite against Morphling. Although it is pretty obvious that a farmlord Morphling is more dangerous than a farmlord Necrolite. However, Necrolite's peak is already reached during mid-game. So, because of that, if Necrolite gets some early farm and can capitalize on the advantage he has, it's still very dangerous. So I think this time around...
Oh, top! He tried to loosen it all out. Morphling's going to wave over the top. They're still doing damage. The first blood. Sharky goes down. Viz is trying to retreat. And he's on very, very low HP. No one will actually come up to try and finish him off. HY is quite happy just to sit there for the moment. And Healing Slav will actually make sure he'll be fine. But diving past that tower, actually went down to the tier 2 tower to try and kill Puck. And now Morphling's so